Our heroes are all here in the lower part of the living room, and Lord Harrington is right here. Okay, so you explained all of this, the Speak with Dead stuff, to Lord Harrington.
And everybody else.
And everyone. Cool.
Except Kia, because reasons.
Screw you. Okay.
No, everybody.
Right. Okay, well, he kind of like, after hearing all this, he says, well, it is, of course, very disturbing. I'm hoping, however, that seeing as the culprit that was actually orchestrating the thefts is no longer available, maybe his customers might go elsewhere? Or maybe they'll find somebody else here in town to do their dirty deeds for them. Needless to say, I only can hope that I manage to somehow secure a way to maintain my contract with the King's Outfitter. Of which brings thought to mind. I know you've done a wonderful job for me, and I've paid you the 500 gold each that was promised. As he says, purposely jingling the bag of money, he says, so I've thought long and hard about my predicament. You see, the swords always make it to the outfitter. It's only the shields that seem to get stolen. So, I have a mind to travel to Finnerty with my normal retinue, get the shipment of swords as is required, and then travel with the shipment myself and explain the circumstances to the King's Outfitter and give him this money as kind of a compensatory offering in the hopes that he'll keep my contract alive now that I can show him that I've solved the problem and it won't happen again. I don't suppose there's any way I could persuade you to just travel along with us.
For what purpose?
So yeah, Lord Harrington was basically telling you that he was fearful of his life and would like to pay you to do nothing more than just escort him to Finnerty. Once you get to Finnerty, if you arrive at Finnerty safe, he feels like there won't be a problem and you can go your own separate ways, but he would more than happily like you to take this 2 or 3 day journey with him.
I personally would really like to get out of this town.
Same here. I'm sick of this place.
It's a way out.
I only smell soap, so yes, I'm game to leave.
Plus, yes. I really want, if we're gonna find out more about those guys who appear and disappear, it seems like a great way.
Hey, if they attack you, yeah.
If we're gonna run into them again, I think this is the...
Look, yeah, we know that these shields are a high commodity, highly valuable to them. We stopped them from getting them, so we might as well follow them to their destination. I mean, why not? Right.
Alrighty. Well, he basically tells you to gather up your belongings because he is going to go to the town guard, commission his 10 men, get the wagon ready, even though the wagon is going to be traveling with nothing on it. Or the cart, because it's actually a sealed cart. But, of course, he says, but you guys can ride inside the cart. Not only will it be more comfortable, or inside the wagon, not only will it be more comfortable, but should an ambush happen, they won't know you're there. So he thinks that that's a great idea. Of course, the guards, they bring their own cart as well, which they all pretty much ride on, and a couple of them, help drive the coach and stuff like that. So he says that he'll be ready in about an hour. If you have any last-minute business here in town, now is the time to take care of it.
I do.
Right, okay, so I have a feeling I know what Bane wants to do. So, Racer.
Wait for me.
Do you want to go see your boyfriend?
How'd you know? Actually, first, okay, there's 2 things I want to do. I want to go and sell a few of the weapons that I picked up off of the Shadow.
Okay.
And then, yes, I want to go see my friend and acquire a couple of things before we go.
All right. So Spook, is Marlo wanting to do anything in particular?
Nope, she's ready to go.
All right. What about Kia?
She'll
Bath,
probably
perhaps?
ask, can I have a heal Radovan? Maybe.
Oh, you looked okay to me.
I'm
Sure.
okay. I'm not fantastic.
If you're handing them out, I'll take one. Little one.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Sure.
I feel perfectly rested.
if you're throwing them around. Oh, also what we need to do is this.
Well, there you go.
That's enough. That's just actually perfect.
There you
Thank
go.
you.
You're healed up.
Thanks, Radovan.
And that's
Thank
for
you, Radovan.
And
Raisa.
9 for Racer. And we just started up the options. If you want to bet on who's going to roll the first, if you want to roll who's going to roll the first one of the night, you can go ahead and type in !, bet, and then either 0 for Spook, 1 for Jane, 2 for Shagget, 3 for Bane, and anywhere between 1 and 100 of your gold pieces you can throw in the kitty. And,
Remember, guys, it's for a 1, not a 20.
Right, yeah, this is for the one. Who's going to roll the first one of the night? I refrain from betting this time. Alrighty, so, Radovan, do you have anything you want to do?
Nope, I'm in the same mind as Marlo. I'm gonna
Okay,
get
so
the
you
F out
guys
of
are
here.
just ready to go. Okay, so Racer,
Yes.
you say you want to sell some, you want to try to hawk these weapons.
Yeah, so I picked up a crossbow, 3 throwing daggers, a rapier, and then a regular dagger.
Alright.
So that is what I have. Did you want to roleplay through it, or just get her done?
If you are, where are you taking them to sell them?
The blacksmith, probably.
Okay. We will quickly roleplay it.
Sure.
Just because it's fun. Shield and steel. Here we are. Oh, and look, who should happen to be walking through the door but you?
Oh, how convenient.
Alright, here we go. Okay. So, you wander in there. He's looking rather pissed off and disgruntled. He says,
Good day.
what can I do for you?
Just quickly, I was wondering if I could sell you these, and I'm just gonna kind of like have everything and just.
Let me have a look. I don't normally buy weapons, but to be honest, with all the shield making here recently, I haven't had a lot of time to knock out any weapons. So, let's see, I'll take... the daggers, they seem well balanced. And this rapier, not that I'd ever use such a flimsy, foppish weapon, but nobles seem to like them, and often have a lot of spare coin to throw at something like that. And the crossbow, let's have a look at it. And he's like, that's, well, quite weighty, good quality. He goes, I'll give you 30 gold for the lot. How does that sound?
Done.
Fair enough. He reaches inside his apron, hands you a handful of coins. You don't know anybody that's good at carpentry, do you?
No.
Bit of a problem. Apparently last night,
Yeah.
my window was smashed and my door was blown off the darn hinges. Town guard said it was something to do with the robbery and the burglary. I got a good mind to go up to Harrington and demand that bastard pay for it.
Well, I think you should take it up with them.
I will. Anyway,
Thank
I
you.
appreciate it. Y'all have a splendid day.
You too. Bye.
All right. Next stop, you want to go to the Apothecary and Herbs, right?
Yes, please.
Alrighty. Anybody that doesn't belong, get out. Okay, there we go. And here you go.
All right. Oops, not in dwarf mode anymore. Okay.
Okay, yep. So you wander in, and he's standing at his counter, working his pestle and mortar.
Good morning.
I don't even want to. I'm not even going to say it. I know where your minds were at. I'm not even going to say it. Next time, my hands will be higher.
Good idea. Good idea.
Okay, yeah. He goes, oh, hello.
How are you?
I'm doing splendid. I heard from the guards that you caught the culprit last night.
We did, and he almost killed me.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah, it was dramatic and crazy.
Well, I'm very excited to hear what happened.
Well, we got ambushed, and actually, the reason I'm here is for something very, very important. Do you remember the poison that we brought to you, and you discerned what it was?
The poison.
The sleeping.
Oh, that
on the bowl.
nasty substance that had the disease-like effect. Yes.
Yeah. You don't happen to have any of that on hand, do you? That I could.
Afraid not. I mean, that's, as I said, it's very, very hard to acquire. Very, very rare herbs that people use to make it. And
Right. You said it's only found in desert climates, right?
right.
I remember.
Yes. Unfortunately, I don't have any of that. Be very interested in purchasing some. Should you ever stumble across it?
Well, I'll keep that in mind in case I ever return to visit.
Well, I hope you do.
But another thing you mentioned in our talks, and I was wondering, you said that Night's Ward, it puts people to sleep.
Yes.
Do you happen to have any of that?
Night's Ward I can help you with. And he reaches under and takes out like a little wooden box, and it opens it up. And he's like, yes, it's still good and fresh. He says, I've got about enough here to make 4 doses of tonic, or you could use it to make possibly 3 doses of, something more contact-based.
Yeah,
But if you'd like to buy it, I can sell it to you.
I would.
Well, normally, I mean, as I said, there's 4 sprigs. Normally I charge 15 gold a sprig, so that would be 60. But I've had such a splendid time in the last couple of days, and to be honest, it's really brought a little bit of excitement to my life, so I'm willing to give you a substantial discount. How does 40 sound?
That's amazing.
He says, well, shall I wrap it up for you? Oh, well, you can just take it in the box if you'd like.
Yeah.
He hands it to you.
Okay, so 40 gold?
Yeah, 40 gold.
Okay, and is that in a, so I can just directly apply it, or do I have to do some processing?
No, you'd actually have to you have to make an apothecary skill to actually turn it into what you want to turn it into. You can either basically make it liquid based, where if someone drinks it, they'll like, or if you actually mix it with some more sticky substances like gum arabic or something like that, you could actually turn it into like a blade.
Okay, so that's what I want to be able to do.
On an arrow or something, yeah.
I want to convey that to him and get any other things, and maybe so just brief instructions so that I can figure it out.
Okay. Well, if you want to, you can go ahead and do it right here and now in his shop.
Huh?
Let's do it.
The apothecary
shop.
stuff.
Yeah.
Jeez. Am I gonna have to cover the map over because it's gonna suddenly get raunchy? Okay. So with his instruction and all of his necessary equipment, you basically got a full lab, so you got a +4 on your roll.
Sweet. Oh. I'll still get a 19 though.
A 19 is still
Nice.
enough. Yeah, you still succeed, and you wanted to make it into contact.
Yeah, so it's
Okay,
something
so
I
you
have to
have
apply to my
3
dagger
doses. Yep.
or an arrow.
Yep.
3 doses.
3 doses.
So, can I call that like a sleeping?
You can call it. I mean, you
salve?
can. Sleeping salve or whatever you want to put it under, as long as we know what it is. Noofy, thank you for resubscribing. Give that man some hyped up rollies. Alrighty.
And then quickly, if he has any, oh, never mind. No, that's fine.
You're good.
Actually, no, healing herbs. So stuff that I could attempt to combine if I have to,
To make like a
unpoison somebody. So poison specific.
like poison antidote.
Yeah, I just basically want to give myself a little bit of a basic stock.
Right.
With the knowledge that I have acquired, so stuff that if I needed to, I could say, okay, yeah, I know this and this, and
Right. Well, the thing with poison antidote is it's typically very specific.
Yeah.
So whatever you make it for is exactly what it works against. Like there's no generic. So do you want like anti-venom from snake bites? Do you want anything for spider bites? Do you want anything for plant-based toxins?
Let's go plant-based toxins.
Okay. Well, for giggles and grins, basically, yeah, he can he can sell you some like deadly nightshade. Obviously, you brought him out of the night wart because you could have also used the night wart to make a opposite effect. Just try to bring someone out of it. Yeah, he gives you some stuff. Basically, he can give you some deadly nightshade, which is often used in various different poisons or whatever. And he'll sell you that for like 2 gold.
Okay.
And there's enough there to make 3 or 4 doses.
All right.
Just so you guys know, so 3 people think Bane is going to roll the first one. 4 think Spook will. 4 think Jane will. 14 think Shagit will.
That is highly unbalanced.
I got you. I am going to be super spotty and listening on our trip over. Just FYI.
There you go. He's not going to roll any ones all night long.
All right. You guys
Okay.
ready for this? So, Ray says, God hollow her goods, and she's going to go hand out on the shoulder.
Okay. You're putting your hand on his shoulder?
I am.
Okay. Well, he kind of
My
just...
token of friendship.
Right, he kind of puts his hand on top of your hand, and then the other hand he like pats it like... He says, well, it's a pleasure to have met you, my dear. And I hope that when you come back through, you'll definitely stop by and see me.
I will.
And if you find anything weird or strange, be sure to bring me back the tales. And and if you find any odd ingredients, make sure you bring those back as well.
You know I will.
Well, have a splendid day. Alrighty.
Fare thee well.
Fare thee well.
Wave a handkerchief.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Tear rolls down her cheek as she walks out the door. And as he shuts the door, you hear him say, "Now, where did I put that ragwort?" Okay, so yep, you're outside. By now, the wagon is ready to roll in the main street. Okay. Well, Lord Harrington, as promised, he says to you, by all means, ride inside in comfort with myself. The guards can take care of everything else outside. We've got plenty of provisions.
Thank you.
Yes, and I was going to see if I'd bring Ellen along, but my wife doesn't seem to want her to, so we'll have to cook our own food, I'm afraid. But I'm sure one of you ladies is more than adequate at flipping a pan.
Yeah, Kia's a great cook.
Oh, yeah.
And she does
I
with
want your
fire.
steak
Walking
well done,
barbecue.
because it'll be
Mwah.
thoroughly cooked.
Oh, yeah. Like it well done.
So,
All
so
right.
I'm just gonna hop in the back of that cart and like play with my new herb things.
Your
and
new poisonous
Kim
herbs.
said.
Your new play sets.
Yeah,
Okay.
my alchemy playset.
All right, well, if no one else has anything they want to do, you hear
outta
the
here.
crack of a whip, and the very small caravan of 1 wagon and 1 cart with the 10 guards heads out of Arundel and on its way to Finnerton. Okay, well, it's a fairly uneventful journey, I'm afraid. Being the fact that you have 10 armed military men guarding it, no bandits are stupid enough to attack it, and no strange fellows choose to step out of the ether and attempt to ambush you. So, unless you guys have anything particular that you want to do, after 4 days, your wagon arrives in... No, it doesn't. Get back over here, you. There. Arrives at the outskirts of Finnerton. Basically, as you approach, there's a river. In a very weird kind of way, it reminds you immediately, probably unpleasantly, of Arundel. The fact that there is actually a river that you have to cross, although instead of a big grand stone bridge, this is more like a large wooden plank bridge. And it is clearly a lot smaller. It's nowhere near as grand. But it travels right down the main street and stops right outside of this establishment here to the right. And the map keeps jumping. Stop. Behave yourself, map. Alright. The Black Steel Forge is what it's labeled. Lord Harrington gets out and says, well, this is where my business takes me to. It appears that you have had a bit of a wasted trip, I'm afraid, but I'm rather glad that we didn't have to utilize your services, so here. Here is an additional 100 gold crowns each. Please don't tell the guards that I gave you this much money, or they're more than likely going to start expecting me to pay them considerably more than the 5 gold that they get.
Thank you for the 100 gold.
Are you saying that loud? Like loud enough for the guards to hear it?
Yeah.
Okay, he goes, oh, yes, no, you're more than happy. The services that you provided me back in Arundel are more than worth the 100 gold that I paid you for such.
Okay.
Good day.
Good day.
Okay.
Kia.
Mischief maker. He says, after I've concluded business here, I'm actually going to go and stay, with Lord Gravelly at his home. So if you need me for anything, you can find me there.
And the inn is?
Oh, just keep traveling down the road. It's like 2... You can see it right over there. It's 2 down to the left.
Thank you.
He said, yes, it's an interesting establishment. It's called the Drunken Rat, I'm afraid. You, of course, Mr. Radovan Rainier, you might be very interested in the Chapel of the Righteous Flame that is at the northern end of town.
Oh, there's a little church here.
Is it of St. Cuthbert?
It's my church, I imagine.
There was a church here. It's gone. It's vanished. It's disappeared off the map.
It bloody
What?
disappeared today.
Wait,
Someone
what?
nicked it. That's all right. I can fix that.
They vanished into the portal.
Right.
Wait, is this a joke?
Vanishing
I don't know
church.
what's going on.
No,
Right.
the church was on... I had a church in the top left corner of this map, and for some reason,
Oh.
it's
Oh.
bloody-peared. So
Oh, wow.
I'm just fixing
That's
it.
a giant fucking church.
Okay,
Alright.
there it is.
Got it.
That's
I'm
hilarious.
gonna lean over to
I almost
Radovan.
had to do what Marlo
There
did
you
last
go.
stream. It was like left, right, because there's a building on the left to right.
Yeah, there's
Isn't
like
that the
gremlins
church?
everywhere tonight. Doing
I'm
all
gonna lean
kinds of
over
evil
to
things.
Radovan as soon as I hear about the church and say, do you think you can acquire some healing potions for us?
How much? Sure.
Just as many as we can afford. Those saved
Ooh,
my
I would
life.
be interested in that, yeah.
Okay. I mean, they do accept donations per potions. Remember? You
I do recall.
So
Thanks for letting us know.
got gold to give me?
How much do you want, Rado?
I don't know. I mean, it depends on how much you want me to get.
I'll give him the 100 that I just got. Just take it. We didn't do anything to deserve that.
Okay, so I'll get you 100 gold worth of potions. Done.
We'll try to get more.
It's like
Then
half
it's worth.
the potion.
Get
We'll
way
see.
more than what that's worth.
Yeah, okay.
I'll throw in my 100 as well.
Squeeze 'em dry.
There you go.
I'll go with you, if that's okay.
That's more than okay with me. Sure. Yeah.
Okay, so Racer and Radovan, you want to head straight to the church.
To the magical church, yes.
Kia and Marlo, what is your game plan?
I say I don't want to bother with such frivolous places, and I'll go to the inn.
Okay.
Do I hear her say that?
Probably.
Sure, you probably do.
Okay.
I'm just gonna tag along because I don't know what else to do.
So you're going to
I'm
go
so
with them to the
disappointed
church?
I get to fight. No, I'm gonna go with Kia to the end.
Okay, alrighty. Alright, so you guys head down to the inn. So let's go to the Church of the Righteous Flame first.
Take me to church.
Yep, there you go.
Shaggy's gonna screw me over somehow because of that comment.
Probably. But it would have done it anyway, just rest assured.
Oh, I know.
Alright, so here is the Church of the Righteous Flame.
Sounds so grandeur.
It's
I
pretty.
know.
It's a pretty nice building. Alrighty. Okay. So let's put Radovan and Racer in as you walk through the doors. All right.
Now this.
The first thing you notice is a huge big symbol to Pelor. A big blazing sun. It is not Cuthbertarian by nature.
Belor.
Whoops.
All right. There's a couple of locals that are sitting in the pews. You can see 2 or 3 probably, initiates or brothers. And standing up at the top, like he was in the middle of practicing some kind of speech, is a tall fellow with dark hair wearing extremely shiny, fine plate mail, adorned with the regaled symbols of the Pelorian faith. He kind of glances up at you as you walk in and just gives you, makes eye contact to let you know he's acknowledged you, and then he continues to look at whatever it was he was reading.
I just look at Race and I say, look at all this excess crap in here. They could have done a lot more with a lot less. We'll say that, Especially with their attendance numbers here. Let's go. Let's go start walking up the aisle.
Alright. Here comes...
And you accidentally get married.
Yeah, in the Pelorian faith, touching each other in church is a sign of... Yeah. Okay. As you get close, one of the initiates approaches you, and he says, "Hello. Welcome to the Church of Pelor, the Chapel of Righteous Flame.
Yeah, quite
I am Father Thomas Aquinas."
Okay. Not quite the digs you got here.
The digs.
Well, you got your walls, your stone benches, your plate mail wearing dude.
Well, if you're referring to Father Bertold Haverton, then yes, he is indeed wearing
But
plate mail.
I apologize. I mean no disrespect.
No, I understand. You're one of those Cuthbertarians.
One of those.
One of those. Yes, I'm one of those. And this is my friend Reza. I'm Radovan. Hello.
And I'm very pleased to make your acquaintance. What can I do for you?
Well, we're looking for some healing potions. Complement the outfit, the group, doing dangerous adventures.
Oh, okay. Yes, we don't do that, I'm afraid.
You don't have any potions whatsoever.
No.
So what do you do when someone here gets hurt? Like, falls down the steps or something?
Well, probably the same as most Cuthbertarian priests. We're blessed with the gift of healing from our Lord Pelor. We lay our hands upon them and heal them of their ills.
I forgot you could do that. I'm sorry.
You forgot.
No, I didn't forget. Shaggin forgot that they could do it.
Okay, at this point, you notice the other 2 initiates have gotten a little closer, like they're interested in the entire conversation.
It's just been a long couple of days. We've been at the back of a carriage with Lord Harrington. I apologize.
Oh, well, there's no need to apologize.
Is there anywhere that does sell healing potions in this town?
Oh, no.
Of Finnerton? No.
Not that I'm aware of.
Any apothecarians that had salves or something of that nature?
Don't think so.
Okay.
Wow.
I just look at Race and shrug.
I'm just gonna kind of like.
So I'm actually going to take the 200 gold that was given to me.
Right.
I'm going to give 100 of it to Race and say, just keep it.
Okay, so you give her the money back.
Well, no, I gave Race
okay, well that's...
I was given 200 gold by Marlo and Kia. I'm giving 100 of that to Raisa, and I'm telling Raisa to keep that 100 gold.
Okay, there you go.
And then I'm going to be like, Marlo. I'm just going to start backing away.
Okay, they're like, well, we hope you enjoy your visit here in Finnerton.
Is there anything to do now that we're here? That's,
I don't
Any
know.
amusement parks?
You can frequent the tavern, I suppose. A lot of people like to do that. But this is really a small farming village. We don't really have a lot to entice travelers, I'm afraid. Although we do have a excellently renowned blacksmith that makes some of the finest swords and weapons that money can unfortunately purchase.
Well, gold
Strange fellow as well.
Gold is a necessary aspect of our life.
Well,
and
of
our
course.
goals.
Yes,
So-
unfortunately, I would be more inclined to wish he would be more choosy who he sells his extremely sharp weaponry to.
Oh, you have troublemakers in town.
Well, people do travel from far and wide to buy his steel.
Let me guess, it's one of the best made grade steel weapons that exist.
Well, he actually, yes, he's a foreign fellow. He comes from somewhere far, far away to the west, and he's one of the few people that can make weapons of this quality.
Well, we're from the west. Well, in a manner of speaking. Where? Corthan or?
Oh, no, further west than that, across the sea.
Oh, across the sea. I
Yes.
never went across the sea. Okay, well, maybe I'll check that out. That'll occupy an afternoon, I guess.
Well, I hope that there are no unsavory fellows that have come into town to purchase his wares. Be careful if there are.
Well, be careful as well, and have a good, service.
Well, may the blessings of Pelor be upon you. May his
Cuthbert.
shining
Cuthbert,
light
Cuthbert,
bathe
please.
you in
Cuthbert,
the
please.
sun's rays.
Look, Cuthbert's all the god I need. Your Pelor can, waste
Well,
his time with someone else.
Fair enough. I mean,
All right.
Ouch.
while we do follow Pelor, we have deep
Wow.
respect for your religion, but what a rude individual, you hear him saying, as I know. Unfortunately, probably one of those gutter priests was brought up in the dregs, dragged around on battlefields and stuff like that, was never taught manners. As you kind of... So you're leaving the tavern. Okay,
I'm gone, man. I'm probably hearing it as it's echoey in this
Oh,
place,
yeah, you can
but
hear
I'm
him.
leaving. I'm just shaking. I'm just like, God, I don't have the mark on me. And I just leave, yes, with Reza.
Alrighty. God, what disrespect for a fellow religion. I can't believe it.
Hey, man,
It's the only ally St. Cuthbert has, and you're going to be that disrespectful to these people. I don't understand it. Anyway, we're going to go down to where the girls are. The Drunken Rat. Here in Finnerton. And they don't actually have church music playing in the Drunken Rat, so we're
Oh,
getting rid
what?
of that.
That's too bad.
That is just how deep the faith of Pelor runs in this town.
This is a
Alrighty.
cool inn.
I know, I like it.
So in
It's a big
walks
table.
Racer and Marlowe. Okay, yeah, kind of glancing around. The first thing you notice, other than the main tables are on in the center, but it has booths to the left and to the right. There's a whole plethora of different fellows gathered around in here. There's a lot of people staggered around the bar. Little groups of people to the left and the right in their little huddled booths. All in all, it seems like a pretty for the name Drunken Rat, it wasn't what you'd expect. It's a little nicer quality than you were expecting.
Awesome. Alright, what should we do, Marlo? Should we
Oh no.
chat up the people here?
I'm
Nah.
kind of sick of talking, to be honest.
Chat up the people. Well,
Let's
you probably
just
haven't talked
get
to
a
anybody in
drink.
4 days.
That sounds
Other than
like
each other.
a plan to me.
Okay.
I'm gonna sit down
All
at
right.
the first table I see.
Well, after a little while, a surly looking bar wench comes walking over to you. She's probably in her mid to late 40s. She's got her hair kind of in a granny bun, like grey hair pulled back. She walks over and says, "Okay, what can I get for you then, my loves?"
You got any mead,
We have, yes.
Marlo?
Bring us a big tankard. Just a keg.
Well, a
Whoa.
keg of mead? Well, we only have it in bottles, I'm afraid, but I can bring you a bottle if that would suffice.
2 bottles. if you
2
please.
bottles of mead, fair enough. Anything to eat?
No, thank you.
Fair enough then, I'll be right back. Okay, she scurries over and places your order, goes behind the bar and begins to sort through the bottles at the back of the bar and put a couple of them on the tray with a tankard and a smaller cup. And you see the barkeep looks at her and he's like, "Who's that for?" She says, Those two that just come in. Those two women over there in the corner. He says, bloody hell. Watch them. Make sure they don't get too rowdy. She says, oh, I'm sure they're expecting company. This is way too much for two young ladies. And then she approaches the bar. Arcadia Coinhaven, thanks for the follow. Okay, leaving the bar, she comes over to you and hands him, puts the two bottles down. Dunk, dunk. And then she puts the tankard in front of Marlowe and the regular cup in front of Kia.
Thank you.
So would that be all, is it?
Yep.
All right. Well, that'll be 8 silver then, please. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Marlo.
And she hands back over.
I
Alrighty.
gotcha.
So you have a bottle of mead each,
I just slide the tankard to the side and pull out the cup.
and pour it in your own clay cup. Okay. All right. So bottoms up. Kia, I'm assuming you're gonna fill your mug as well.
I sure am.
All right. Yeah, there you go. That's a big mug for a little lady.
A little elven girl.
Okay, so you
Okay.
start. I mean, are you both kind of drinking vibrantly, shall we say, or
I am. I'm putting it
reservedly?
back.
Kia is not. She's drinking normally.
Okay, because I
But
mean, mead is a
she's-
pretty strong substance, so you
She
know.
knows that and is not gonna go crazy.
Okay, she's just going to sip on it. Fair
yeah.
enough. Alrighty.
I was gonna talk to Marlo if that's okay.
No, it's not.
Marlo.
You can't.
I'm going to do it.
It's forbidden. Okay, so you guys are going to make idle chit chat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, sure.
And then I told him, I says,
All right. Well, after about 20 minutes,
that's no moon, it's a
I'm assuming you guys will go into the tavern next, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna actually stop race right before we enter.
Okay.
Ooh.
And what conversation are thou having?
Can I just get into it, or does Kia and Marlo want to have their conversation first? Because
I don't think they're actually going to have a meaningful conversation. They're
they're
just,
just drinking.
they're just having They're making small talk
all
about
about
the
weather.
weather.
All right, so I'm actually going to touch Reza on the shoulder and say, "Do you have just a 1 minute before we enter?"
Yeah. Anywhere.
Okay, so we've been through a lot. And the last thing I want to have happen going forward is for us to squabble, for us to fight, for us to disagree with each other. I think we've been through enough that we're kind of past that. And I actually have a proposition for you. It's something that I've been thinking about for some time, especially since I've moved back to Saruman and I've been, helping them reestablish themselves in the general area.
Okay.
I get the feeling you don't have a place to call home.
No, I don't.
Well, there is that wonderful tower to Ashland, Maine. Remember that asshole that we had to get the hexabomb plants for?
The one with
In
the,
Saruman?
the elevator that almost squished me?
Yeah, because you were so distrusting, you went on top of it as opposed to in it.
Yeah, I
those were
remember that.
Those were good times. Well, it's up for sale. It's for sale.
Oh.
For a sizable amount of gold, which clearly, neither of us have. And I was thinking, well, I could start looting people and trying to collect and save money for it, but it'll take forever. So instead I've decided, why not curry the favor of people that are close to the crown and nobility to possibly get a discount for services rendered, I could retire out there and be happy. And then I was thinking, you don't really have a place to call home. You collect gold like crazy. That's like the perfect... we meet each other in the middle, We do services for the guys, and you get all the gold, and then together we buy that frickin' tower and own it together. And obviously you have your own side of the tower, I'll have my own side of the tower. We won't have to live together in that, proverbial sense, but it'll be a place we can call home. What do you think? Isn't that a great idea?
You're going to have to do a lot of renovations on that tower. Do you remember what the tower
Hey.
consisted of?
Yes, I do.
Basically,
But we
there
will
was a
do it.
tower with a elevator that went to the very top, and there was one round room at the top of
We'll
it.
make it work. We'll
You're gonna have to,
forge out
have
another
some additional floors layered in.
Yeah.
But hey, there's room for about another 2 or 3.
That's
Consider it a fixer-upper.
I just, if you want to do this with me, I just ask in the future. We trust each other to a degree where if I am distrusting of someone, you let me be distrusting. I mean, considering all we've been through, isn't that fair? And, obviously, I'll let you. I mean, you have great ideas too, more so than those guys in the tavern. So we can work together that way, but not like butt heads all the time. I'm tired of butting heads. With Kia always just being whatever she's doing. So think about it, if anything. But the offer's there,
Okay.
Place to call home.
She's a little confused.
Yeah, I'll think about it. It's not a bad idea.
Sarmore's not that bad a place. I mean, once they got over their plague, it was nice.
I'm not over the plague. It was not.
After the plague.
Well, the plague that I stopped,
Yeah.
with the artifact to Cuthbert, but that's a whole other story. I don't think I told you the entire story. But anyway.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you
I'm
want to
done.
enter the establishment.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, well, as soon as you walk in the tavern, you can see Kia and Marlowe are directly in front of you, preoccupying a table. Marlowe is about halfway through a bottle of mead, and Kia is sipping, basically sitting there nursing a rather large cup.
Over here. Obviously.
You're so funny, Kia.
What did I do?
She's drunk
Oh,
again.
calm down, Marley.
Yeah. Scooch over.
Okay, so you two are heading
Or
to
let me
the.
in first.
You can get on the other side. It's a big
I
bend.
don't want to sit on the other side.
Oh, wait, whoa. Okay. Let
Get
me get.
Me in first.
Yeah, go. It's okay.
Thanks.
Oh,
All right.
jeez.
Raisa, Radovan! Hello?
Come join us here.
I don't think they saw us.
Yeah.
That's okay. We'll go over there.
Oh, fine. I'm gonna walk over and say, so you got me some potions?
Oh my goodness, thanks for resubscribing. Appreciate it, dude. Give him some high pepperoni.
Thanks, Alma.
So, Kia, the potions are they're Pelorians. They're not Cuthbertarians. They don't make potions because
There's a difference?
Is that any
Well-
other
the Cuthbertarians make potions because they know that their priests can't be everywhere at once and will, actually heal people with the potions. The Pelorians not so much. They kind of just require to be there.
That's
So,
a bummer. Can
yeah.
I have my 100G back?
We pocketed it.
So take it out of your pocket.
Well, it's for services already rendered.
From me?
Consider it an acid bath tax.
I pay you for your
Well,
friendship
see-
now?
It's not. Well, that wasn't what you said before you left. Kind of sealed the deal for me. I kind of like, do I have to? After I saved your life, maybe in the future, don't just regard me as a person just to heal you of your wounds. I'm more
don't.
than that.
I'm-
Okay.
You know I'm usually being sarcastic. Come on.
All right. I hand the 100 gold to Marlowe, and I say, well, Raisa has your end.
All right, thanks. Thanks, Donovan. Raisa, you can keep it.
Oh, well,
You
thanks.
can just pay for everything today.
Okay.
So what are we doing here?
Marlowe's like edging closer to Radifat.
Like, what's the point of being in this town? What are
It's
we
like
doing?
Radovan's awkwardly up against the wall at this point because Marlowe's like literally leaning on him.
Marlowe,
up?
This is a big bench. Kind of in my bubble, my personal bubble.
Oh.
I mean, you can have all that space. You know, I'm against this wall.
Okay.
Sorry, we're not very touchy-feely here, Marlo.
The last person who really got touchy-feely with me put a mark on my hand that almost killed me. So I'm kind of,
I don't have a marker at school.
You don't have a marker. Oh, that's actually very funny, Marlo. That's very funny. As for what we're doing in this town, I have no idea.
You got paid 100 gold to just escort something here. What you do from here is
Just
up
like
to you.
wandering aimlessly as a party now?
Did Marlo mention out loud about the place to the north, or did she just kind of mumble that to herself?
Oh no, I was telling you guys.
No, she told you all.
Okay, so then Race's gonna say, well, we could go to that hobo place. Pikachu!
That's like a month away from the north.
Race doesn't know that.
No, but I'm making sure. I'm just making sure that Marlo does. Oh, you've gone swirly.
Again?
Oh no!
Yeah, you Pikachu'd up, and now you haven't come
Oh,
back.
for crying out loud.
And everybody's Battle.net just went down.
Oh,
really?
no.
Mine didn't. It's still there.
Not mine did.
Mine looks to be up too.
Okay, then maybe just mine did. That's entirely possible. Whoa, and that's doing weird things.
Is this the attack of Comcast?
No, it's the internet's up. Everything else is working. It's
Comcast
Battle.net.
Revenge.
Okay.
Huh, it logged me out. That was weird. It must have done an update or something stupid. 1 second.
So we can just converse, I guess.
Come on, unswirly. Or swirly. Stop.
So do we plan on pursuing these invisible people or no? I don't have anything better to do.
Well,
And I want to get back whoever,
So
put
so
me in acid.
the guy's name was Carmine Garside. He lived and his home was in Candlewind. Now, if I am correct, Candlewind, we're nearing Candlewind, slowly but surely. Because we traveled east, right? And Candlewind was to our northeast.
No, Candlewind is as far southwest as you can get. You're furthest away that you've ever been.
Oh. What's the name of the capital that's right here? That we're...
Oh, the capital city where the king lives? That you're going in that direction? Iridian.
Iridian. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
I got
Candlewind was
Candlewind.
the big capital. It was the big port city.
Iridium, you said?
Iridian.
Iridian.
Is that with an A or E?
Erridian.
Goddamn fantasy names, man.
Right?
It's
Driving
London,
crazy.
okay? The capital is London. Just so that you
New
can
York.
easily remember it.
York.
Marlo is still swirlied.
I don't.
And that's where the king is, you said, yes?
There you go.
There
You're
you
back. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes, that is where the royal court is, and the king himself.
So, look, I'll just say this, guys. The Drakhari or the Drakhari or what, I don't know, that Carmine mentioned they were. They're not of this world. They're collecting shields. That tells me they're preparing for something really bad. And they were masterwork shields. They were very expensive shields. So if anything, maybe the crown needs to be alerted. I mean, that would be my first, thought. Is we need to tell them that there's this group of strange people that have magic and live not of this world, collecting what would assume to be military weapons and items.
Are they collecting weapons from somewhere else, you think?
Well, if they're just collecting shields, there's not much you could do with. I mean, I could do a lot with just a shield, but you don't really take over a place. So I would assume so. Yes. Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, we're gonna cut you off briefly there in the middle of that conversation. Hold your thoughts,
Fine.
because we're gonna go to our first